All right, everybody, welcome in. This is Why Superman Sucks. So, with that, though, remember this podcast consists of myself, Mitty, we have Ollie, we have Shadow, and we have DK. But today, Shadow and DK are pretty busy, so we had to call in some guest judges. I talk about the Discord a lot and the Twitch. So we brought over from the Discord, we have Raider B and Stinky Pinky. Say hello.
What's up, everybody?
So, we have a pretty fun few videos coming up for you. I can't wait to start putting more content out. Remember, you can check the Twitch out. You can check the Discord out. We'll get links for you guys at the end of all the videos. Let's get this started. All right, everybody, welcome in. We have a fun one for you right now. We have a wild one for you today. We're diving into a Marvel versus DC fight. The rules are very simple. Everybody is in a neutral universe. Plot armor doesn't exist. Universal weaknesses, or environmental weaknesses, do not exist. This boils down to, in a fair fight, all powers used, who comes out on top. And for you today, we have astral regulator Thanos versus true form darkseid. So with that, we're going to send it off to Ollie to kick us off.
Okay, so I have true form darkseid, who is the personification of all evil within the multiverse of DC Comics. He was originally split apart into different avatars, and this form of darkseid was able to combine all those forms to become true form again. In terms of how powerful darkseid is, it is said that if true form darkseid were to appear within any of the universes in DC Comics, he would split it apart at the seams. He has also been compared to that of a true source wall. As for what the source wall is, I'm sure Mitty is probably going to correct me whenever I say what I'm going to say, but it is more like the animators just write themselves into DC Comics, and they write themselves into the creation of everything that is the source. That is above and below all of DC Comics. The DC Comic multiverse.
The simplest way to explain the source wall is this is the beginning of everything.
Yes.
Like, you cannot go farther past this point. Nothing exists technically before this point either. This is what was and what will be all at the same time. Everything begins from the source wall.
And to counteract that, everything ends at true form darkseid. That is how powerful he is. He has an enhanced intellect, which is described as being 100 steps up the evolutionary ladder of humans. He is functionally immortal. He has survived the destruction of a planet and has also remained unfazed by the combined assault of the Justice League, and has also taken blows from the mighty Zeus himself without any major damage. He has also wields cosmic energy field called the Omega Effect, which is the core of most of his stuff. Whenever you see him shoot his laser beams out of the eyes, the Omega Beam, which allows him to harm Kryptonians, destroy planets, and fast enough to catch speedsters such as the Flash, and allows him to practically disintegrate them. He has chronokinesis, hydrokinesis. He could absorb power, he could distribute power to his lesser subjects. He has reality alteration, where he's able to bend his will to reality and make reality do whatever he wants. He has resurrection, size alteration, he has summoning, telekinesis, and telepathy. He also has the Mother Box and the Miracle Machine. As for what the Mother Box is the creation, like a living computer that is able to understand pretty much anything. Think of the smartest AI that we have now in today's world and make it cosmic. That's essentially the Mother Box. And then also the Miracle Machine, which is the ability to bend reality through sheer willpower. You wish it and it happens. And that's a brief synopsis on Darkseid, his abilities, and what he has.
Do you have... Oh, we'll get into feats afterwards. So I'll take over real quick. Alright, so my guy's a little unique. We have... It's Thanos. It's at base, this is Thanos. But Thanos that decided, instead of using the Infinity Stones to obtain the goals that he wanted, he was made aware of an artifact called the astral regulator. Astral regulators are powerful artifacts that are created by the One Above All. The One Above All is he who created the omniverse within Marvel. So that's every single reality that could exist, that does exist, that will exist, that has existed, is created by the One Above All. In Marvel, you have gods, you have celestials, you have abstracts, you have beings that make up reality itself, and then you have the Living Tribunal, which is the judge of the entire multiverse. And then there is the One Above All, and then the flip side to him, there's the One Below All, which if the One Above All is God of everything, the One Below All would be essentially the devil, the Lord of all evil over everything. The One Above All created these relics, these artifacts, to keep the different universes of the multiverse from clashing into each other. The regulator of each universe is stored in a highly protected place where most beings would immediately die. So to do this, Thanos controlled by his future self. So a future version of Thanos gained control of a past version, other reality version of himself. He was able to get his universe's regulator since he existed outside of the norm. A living being that can never die. He used it to absorb and used it to absorb into his being most of cosmic beings. So it gave him the ability to take all these super powerful people that normally you can't touch whatsoever and bring them all into himself. So since we're getting into feats in a little bit, we'll just go with a reminder to most people who know about Thanos, have known about him through the MCU, and while there is some truth to what he was like in the MCU, there's more depth to it. His main goal is he's chasing a baddie, is what it is. He's trying to impress a baddie. That's what it boils down to. A baddie that'll never give him attention will lead him on, much like my exes. And so that's why he's out to destroy half of life everywhere, which it evolves into more after that once he starts to realize that he just ain't ever going to get this baddie. But with that, we're going to get into feats, and we're going to switch over to Ollie and the DC side for feats.
So as for feats that True Form Darkseid has had, True Form Darkseid has killed the Quintessence, which for those that have watched the What If series on Marvel and on Disney Plus, the Quintessence is essentially like the witnesses. They are the ones who watch everything happen, who are above it all, who watch everything happening and aren't really meant to interrupt and interact with the timeline of things, but they have done so previously. They're pretty much a higher order of beings above that of everyone else, who do nothing more than watch. Unless something happens that they don't like, then they change it. Darkseid killed those easily. That's what it says. He also has gone toe-to-toe with the Justice League many times, and there have been many times in which Darkseid completely trounces the Justice League, except for some time whenever Batman decided to step up and stand toe to toe with Darkseid, and Darkseid respected that and backed off.
Plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor there, 100% plot armor. He, again, some of the biggest feats is him being said that if he were to go true form in any of the DC universes, he would split it at the seams. He trying to think of other things. Where did I saw that? He used the anti-life equation to make Superman his slave. Superman is the antithesis of Darkseid, whereas Darkseid is pure evil and wants to destroy the universe and everything. Superman embodies that of life and hope. And he was Perpetua gave him a world, one of the 3 crisis worlds that she created in order to generate crisis energy to fuel her. He was given one of those worlds, and he succeeded in the crisis, which I don't know too much about the whole death metal comic on it all, but he ruled in the final crisis for eons, becoming an old god.
Real quick, explain for people who don't know who and what Perpetua is.
Okay. So, Perpetua was one of the hands from the greater omniverse. She is the creator of she is the first creator of the entirety of multiverse, and mother of the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor and the Watcher, which the Monitor and Anti-Monitor are like 2 children who like to fight all the time, both for different ideals, and the World Porter does exactly what you think he does and forges worlds. Perpetua is considered the most feared being in the greater omniverse, which is pretty much just saying Perpetua rules all over the entirety of the multiverses within DC Comics. Good enough description?
Yep, I think so. Did you guys? Okay. Yep, yeah?
Yep.
Y'all good?
Understood. Yep.
Confirmation from the other 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Is that it for your feats?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now we get to come to my guy. I'm excited. I told you guys I was going to have fun on this one. Alright. Astral Regulator Thanos. Biggest feat was just saying fuck you to everything. Alright? The journey in which it took for him to get to an Astral Regulator would have killed anyone outside of 2 people. Alright? There are only 2 other people in the Marvel Multiverse that could have survived this journey, and that is Adam Warlock, because he was deemed worthy enough to be the next Living Tribunal by the Living Tribunal and the One Above All, and Franklin Richards, and that's just because he says, I don't care about reality, any reality, I make my own rules. So those 2 beings are considered abstracts, alright? The concepts, sorry. They are considered concepts of reality. Alright, they embody something like Superman embodies life and hope. So that makes him a concept of reality. Whereas that is what these 2, Adam Warlock being of law and order, and Franklin Richards being of balance. Thanos is a concept of fuck you, is the best way to put it. With the astral regulator that he absorbed into himself, so he became a living, breathing, walking, talking astral regulator. He absorbed the One Above All. He absorbed the Living Tribunal. He absorbed Eon and Epoch, which they exist beyond existence. Like, these are people that the whole reason we have an omniverse is because they were there in the darkness. Astral Regulator Thanos has gone toe-to-toe with an avatar of the One Above All and defeated him, and then proceeded to go to the actual One Above All, absorb him, take his powers, reshape the multiverse, and start fighting again. Big feats. He took on worthy Silver Surfer and won easily. And for those that don't know who Silver Surfer is, he is a herald of Galactus who masters the power cosmic. Easiest way to help you understand is from what you saw in the even the new Fantastic Four movie. They do a good job with that version of the Silver Surfer too. Like that is exactly
his wife.
Yeah. Yep. But this version is amped up. He trained for millennia to be able to be deemed worthy to wield Mjolnir. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry. Yell at me in the comments.
You said it right.
Which, for those who don't understand, the hammer is not power itself, but think of it as a focus. Whatever power you have, you can focus it into the hammer, and the hammer amplifies it 1,000-fold. Okay? This was a being that within the universe that he originated from, no one could stop him. Worthy Silver Surfer was a force to be reckoned with. Took on an entire universe, and the only thing that stopped him was completing his mission. That was it. An astral regulator Thanos pretty much one-shot this guy. He's taken on Thor. Base Thor is a multiversal threat. A lot of people don't realize that like Thor's biggest feat of defeating the Black Winter, which is an entity who is designed to devour multiverses. All right, and Base Thor bitch slapped a concept out of existence. And astral regulator Thanos bitch slapped Thor out of existence. There's a bunch. The biggest feat remains that all of the beings that helped create the multiverse, this version of Thanos has absorbed into himself and has their powers and abilities.
Except for one.
Which one?
Deadpool.
Oh, well, Deadpool doesn't exist in this universe. He does, but he's not a problem.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about doing that one, but we decided on the other one.
Yeah, this is different. This
Yep.
isn't Cancerverse.
Never mind. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Spoiler for a future rundown. But no, in this universe, Thanos does the one thing that no other villain has ever been able to achieve in the existence of Marvel, and that is he puts himself before the one above all and wins. So we're gonna.
Bro kept Hulk as a fucking pet.
That's King Thanos.
Astral Regulator could do the same if you wanted to.
Could, but didn't. went a whole nother route instead. But with that, let's open up questions from the judges.
Ollie mentioned that was it darkseid? That was it.
Darkseid.
Darkseid. Excuse me, Darkseid. But essentially went against Zeus and had no major injuries. What could we equate Zeus in Thanos's realm?
An ant.
What? Okay.
When Thanos actually fought Zeus as well.
Yeah, and Thanos came up. So Zeus exists in Marvel and DC, alright? It's just different levels of intensity to Zeus within the two. The Zeus in Marvel is absolutely fucking ruthless. Alright? We can get into that at a later date, but to give you an example of how ruthless the Zeus is in Marvel, he made the Hulk his play toy. Hulk stood no chance. When Zeus was done with Hulk was on the ground in a blubbery, crying pool of green goo.
Okay.
But in terms of how the leveling goes in Marvel, the gods are down here at the bottom. So you'd have humans, superhumans, cosmic beings, blah 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 blah, and then you have gods, celestials. Then you have the concepts. And then you have the beings that make up the rules of reality and reality itself. Then you have the deities that maintain over everything, and then you have like the many angled ones, the eldritch ones, the dark ones, the ones that existed before existence was a thing.
Okay.
Just to confirm, so this guy Ali is evil itself, essentially.
Yes, he is the embodiment of all evil within the multiverse. Not the omniverse, but the multiverse, because DC is weird and they decided they should. Is it omniverses?
That's fine. And then Thanos, he said, you know what? I'm just gonna absorb everyone and everything. And if there was total darkness, I absorbed it.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Essentially, what ended up happening was he wanted to rewrite reality in his image so that he could finally achieve what his giant temper tantrum was about the whole time. And that was feeling like he meant something, being the top dog, all that stuff. So it's not that he absorbed the darkness or he absorbed reality. It was all of the people that are in charge of all that, in charge of protecting it, creating it, regulating it, creating the people that created it, right? All those people he absorbed through the use of the super powerful artifact that was never meant to be used by anyone outside of like the living tribunal and the one above all.
Okay.
With that, how do temperaments play into this?
I can tell you Thanos is a very focused tactician. He is a general of millions and millions and millions of soldiers. As a matter of fact, more often than not, before Thanos receives a loss in a fight, he's already achieved one big victory. Most of the time, it's like in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame where they had to go back in time to find a way to redo their mess-ups. It's that kind of stuff that has to happen to him. And he's not fighting just one big group. Alright, so he's fighting the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Guardians of the Galaxy. He is fighting the entirety of Wakanda. He's fighting the Nova Corps. It's never just one group of heavy hitters. It takes multiple groups, and even then, most times, they have to use some kind of loophole to go back and defeat him. There have been times where he's been humiliated, but that's when the writers don't write him how every other writer writes him. And that's just what it boils down to in comics in general. Sometimes you'll write a character that's super OP broken, can never be beaten without a loophole. And then they lose to the common cold. Fun fact, there is a run where Thanos gets defeated by the flu.
Interesting.
Should have drank his orange juice.
And then in terms of Darkseid's temperament, Darkseid is a cold, calculating son of a bitch who is the leader of the entirety of a planet called Apocalypse, and he's a brilliant strategist and just a straight up leader, even though it's for evil, essentially.
Okay. I do not believe I have any further questions at this time.
Yami?
I guess I could also say he's very narcissistic because he believes he is above all.
I do not have anything at this moment.
Okay, so judges are all good with questions. You have all the information that you need. Is that what I'm hearing?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yes, sir.
All right, down to the judges' indecision corner.
Gotcha.
You got,
we go.
you got 5 minutes. It's a pretty absolute moment when True Form Darkseid shows up. It's a pretty absolute moment when astral regulator Thanos is standing before you.
The only way to stop them really is to stop them before they get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why they have gotten to that point is because no one was able to stop them before they got to that point.
Yep. Yeah, like astral regulator Thanos was sacrificing multiversal variants of himself to get enough immortality, resistance, whatever you want to call it, to get to one of the artifacts.
Yep. And true form darkseid is the combination of every form of darkseid within the omniverse. So I completely forgot that DC was weird and added an omniverse.
Yeah, Marvel uses it as a reference, not as an actual
Thing.
It's just a reference as to what's above the one above all. Because before you had the Marvel multiverse, you just had the darkness, and Null was the ruler of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's a whole nother can of worms to get into at some point in time. Which, you know, these are fun things. If you guys want to see lore drops on the channel, let me know in the comment section below if you're interested in lore drops, and we'll try to roll them out. And you can make them as obscure as you want. I don't care. Let's have fun with it. What are your thoughts on this one? How do you think it's going?
I think you got it. That's mostly due to the fact of how powerful astral regulator Thanos is. Like, Darkseid's biggest thing is literally the fact that he shows up in a universe and he gets ripped apart at the seams.
Mm-hmm. Well, astral regulator is one of those the writers wrote themselves into a corner in the second run and had to just give up on it moments. But we don't see true form Darkseid but maybe once, and you don't even technically see him. You just hear tale of what happened when he appeared into the universe.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my goodness! 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 Yeah, 2 appearances of Astral Regulator. We have Thanos the Infinity Ending Volume 11, and then Thanos the Infinity Conflict Volume 11. And outside of that, you don't see him anymore. It's kind of like what they did with Rune King Thor, where they just made him so powerful, like kept making him even more powerful that they just had to stop. I think almost like what they did with Raven in DC recently, unless that reached a conclusion I'm not aware of.
I don't know. Welcome back.
We're back.
All right.
So we have returned with our decision, and it sounds like Thanos is going to be absorbing one more.
I didn't even bring that ability to light.
It just we come to that decision mainly based off the fact of if you're able to go to the creator of your universes and say, hey, mine. That's a pretty powerful guy you're talking about there. And then wow, I'm drawing blank on what the other guy's name was.
Darkseid.
There we go. For Darkseid to just simply be the embodiment of evil, essentially, it's clear cut, in my opinion, and well, all of our opinion, that it was a very unanimous, very quick decision. Thanos is absorbing darkness.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it. I mean, I win in this outcome, so of course I'm cool with it.
Good job, Mitty.
Yay! I got a win!
He's a happy nugget now.
No, still very much an angry nugget. Let's not get that confused. Very much an angry nugget. But yeah, again, leave in the comments your thoughts on the video. If we missed some stuff, let us know, correct us. Go ahead and feel free to debate me or anyone in here in the comment section. throw some ideas down. Who knows? Maybe we take your idea and we make a video off it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We appreciate all of your support, all the love. Make sure you are leaving likes, you are throwing comments, you throw a follow, a subscribe here. Still new to this.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so that you get notifications whenever the next videos get dropped.
And that's why Olivia is here.
Yep.
Again, to the guest judges, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. To our normal judges, thank you so much for all the work that you put in. A lot goes on behind the scenes, and the judges help bring the chaos in so much. We will have links for the Hive Discord dropped in the description of the video. Come on over, join the family, be awesome.
We got cookies.
We will have the link for my Twitch, MidiMidJT, down in the description. Raider, Stinky, if you guys have any projects that you would like to throw out, let's toss it out now.
I don't think we have too much going on. We do community game nights and community movie nights within the Discord. So if you like hanging out, watching movies, we tend to watch newer movies too. Get them early access as we can. So, yeah, come hang out. We're a good group of people. Okay, some of us are a good group of people.
You guys are on socials yet? Like, you guys got Twitch? Where can we find you?
Yeah, I am Raider B on Twitch and TikTok. So you definitely come hang out, say hi, drop a follow.
You can find me at StinkyPinky0091 on both Twitch and TikTok. I do myself a little variety of Call of Duty and some D&D related things.
All right,
We
we
will
will.
find links in the description for everyone's Twitch, for everyone's socials that they wish to give us, and that's where that will be.
Every week we'll try to have a different random guest from the community hop in and be a guest judge, or if you want to debate me, or if you want to debate Olivier, hop on in. We're both ready for the smoke all the time. I will catch you guys in the next one.